The Bend Police Department Detectives Division has been honored with a statewide award for excellence. Here's a look at what the division does and what they did to win that award.
On November 4th of this year, the Detectives Unit of the Bend Police Department was recognized by the Oregon Police Officers Association for an Outstanding Unit Achievement Award.
The Bend Police Department Investigation Division consisted of 8 detectives and 2 supervisors. Over the last 12 months, they worked a total of 9 homicides. During this period of time, they also worked 2,200 hours of overtime.
The Oregon Police Officers Association is made up literally of all law enforcement across the state of Oregon. It is their peers which gave them this award, which is one of the reasons that makes it really an accomplishment for them, as they're being recognized by their peers from across the state of Oregon.
When you move from a patrol division detective, you have to be ready to commit an extensive amount of time. You have to be willing to take your weekends off from your family and understand that you're going to be on call. It's just one step up that an officer has to take, with just a little bit more dedication and a little bit more willingness to volunteer their off-duty time for helping the community.
In any crime scene similar to the one like we have behind us, the first thing that occurs is we have the officers first arriving on scene is to secure that crime scene. Once that's been completed and the detectives arrive, the detectives will do an initial assessment of the area. We won't immediately go into an inside of a residence or a motel such as the one behind us. When the detectives arrive on scene, they're looking for anything that might be of evidentiary value, and they start processing that scene in some type of method. One of the first things that we do as detectives, we don't go into a crime scene with any preconceived ideas. That's one of the most dangerous things to a prosecutable case that we can have, is going with preconceived ideas. Part of the methods that the detectives will use is they'll use technology that might be available to us. They'll take photographs, they'll dust for fingerprints, and they'll look for things such as DNA. In this particular case, we found shell casings on the floor. Those items were photographed. We also found evidence that might identify the suspect in this particular case, and that evidence may include some DNA samples that we have taken. Other things that we look for in a case like this where shots have been fired is we look at trajectory, or the angle of trajectory, how the bullets pass through the residence, or perhaps how they pass through a body. It's important to be as thorough as possible. You'll notice that the detectives will use gloves as they're going through and processing evidence. We don't want any cross-contamination, and we don't want to leave any stone unturned. Ultimately, it's to bring a suspect to justice and have a prosecutable case with hopefully a conviction.
The Peace Officers Association takes nominations from across the state for its awards. They only award 2 units within the state in this category to get an award. The Bend Police Department and the Portland Police Bureau were the 2 that were chosen this year.
I couldn't be prouder of this group. They've worked hard. You look at the hours they put in for overtime, you look at the hours they give back to the community and volunteer time, and it's just such a solid group of individuals that the City of Bend has reason to be proud.
This is just an example of the quality of people that work in the Bend Police Department and the pride that this agency takes in everything that it does. This is just another one of those things that we can demonstrate to the public how we do our jobs every day.